righty. So, Garry, I'm so excited that you're here, all the way from Toronto in Canada. And and to talk about a subject that's dear to my heart, as you know, because I have the prosperity group as well. And this is just, a really great topic to talk about. But before we do, I want to introduce you, because I've known you now for, golly, I don't know, 4 years, maybe 5 years, I don't know, a while.
4 or 5.
Yeah. And we met over in San Diego way back when. And yes. And, meeting you actually has changed my life too. It's been an amazing experience. And, you are a wonderful coach. You were one of the coaches in one of the programs that I was doing, and that's how we connected. And in fact, I just going back on history, when we had to do in the beginning, we could have like a free little 15-minute session in the beginning, like with a coach.
Yeah.
And you were who I had. And I can still remember the conversation. I remember it all. So, yeah.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
I know. You were telling me about my little gremlin man, like my little given name, and all that. So, yeah. So there is somebody watching us. So hello, whoever you are, please say hello. So Garry's he is the producer of an international magazine, global, amazing. Yes, there it is. Choice, the online magazine for coaches.
Well, print and online.
Yes, print and online.
Sent around the world.
Yeah, that's it. So you're also an amazing coach. You've been head of coaching organizations and federations and all sorts of things. So yeah.
I have been busy. You're right. It's almost tiring hearing it all. It's just like, oh yeah, there was that. Oh, then there was that. Oh yeah, then there was that. Yeah.
Yeah. But today we're talking about something which is called, money, profit first. And you've got the book you've got the book that comes about it, Profit First. I actually have it as well, but it's on my tablet. So you can get the Kindle version, you don't have to have the hard copy. And honestly, it is an amazing system. And it, like you said, it is counterintuitive. It is, and I'm going to let you explain that a lot more, but obviously, but it is something that the normal way we have been brought up isn't right. I've got a Bachelor of Business. I've done 3 units of accounting. So I understand, what a profit and loss statement it is and how you have your profit, your assets and your liabilities and your profit and your expense, the income and the expenses, and then you end up with the profit at the end. But you don't really, do you?
Yeah. No, you don't. You don't. It's crazy. So, first of all, before I tell my story, why don't you tell us how you found Profit First and what you've done with it?
Yeah. Okay. I found Profit First. Now, I honestly can't remember but somewhere along the way, there were a number of people. You know how you get the signs from the universe? And I saw it, a number of times. And a number of people that I know, they also spoke about Profit First. And it was like, okay, this is a sign I need to get this book. So I've had it for a while. I didn't do much with it. I read it and I honestly went, oh, my Lord, this is amazing, Yeah. And talking about just taking bits of money away and putting them in somewhere separate, And I know for me that, we had, I'll talk about my story. We had a business in Gatton, and we were, we had a manager in there because we moved to Canberra. We had a manager and he ripped us off over 6 figures and we had to sort of pay it back. And at the time we had a house in Gatton. We got we could get a loan. We managed to do all of that. But at the time, we the house, we couldn't get a housing loan in Gatton, in Canberra, because of all of this. And the houses in Gatton were just going up and up and up and up, and it was just devastating. You're just sitting there every day watching it, going, "We can't do this. What are we going to do? We can't get out of it."
Yeah, that's tough.
It's an awful feeling, when there's nothing you can do and you can't get out of it. And you're just watching yourself get further and further down into this hole. And so what I found was it was actually a mindset shift in the end. It was a big mindset shift. And one of the things was, I read a book and it was about it was giving yourself money. So it was instead of just saying, oh my God, we can't afford it. We've just got to pay these bills, or we've got to, try to save up for a deposit on a mortgage or whatever. It was also giving us a little bit of money, and we had like $50 a week, and you could do whatever you wanted. It was your pocket money. And do you know how damn good that made me feel? I could go to the shops and I could buy a new dress or a pair of shoes or whatever I wanted, and I didn't have to feel guilty. Whereas beforehand, I would feel guilty if I went and bought a dress. It was like, oh my God, no, this should be going towards the deposit of the house. You know, like it was such a mindset shift. And it felt abundant. Like I felt like I was in control of that little bit of money. And that's a bit what Profit First is like, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, no, you know what? A lot.
As in the mindset shift, like
I have to tell you, well, we've talked about this before. It's changed my life, both personal and business, and for my partner, for my husband as well. Yeah. Like just a huge mindset shift. And I didn't go into it that way. I went into it because it was like, oh, profit first. What does that mean? And like you, I had other people who were saying, you know, like Mare, she was doing it. My online business manager for my company was doing it. And so it just became one of those things where you kind of got squeeze played into it. So I started watching his videos because he's got some at least one good video on YouTube to watch about it. And I was at the gym watching it, and the more I listened to it, the more I was like, wow, this makes so much sense. So let's go back to what you said, you know, and what I've said is that it's counterintuitive. So you and I both did a little bit of accounting, you obviously more than me, but I did one credit in university, and I learned how to do literally T's and debits and credits, like manually learn how it all worked, right?
I remember that.
But you know what? But that I think was a blessing too. But that's another story for another day. Yeah. But you know, you have a profit and loss statement. It's you have income, you have expenses, and you have profit. The problem is at the end of the year, your accountant comes to you and says, hey, good news, bad news. Good news is you made tons of money. And then like, what's the bad news? I can't give it to you because it's not actually there. You've spent it. So what if you turn the tables? And that's what Mike Michalowicz says, turn the tables. Income, take your profit first and then leave the rest for expenses. And it matches with what you said, Angie, like suggested, because this isn't just a business system, it's a personal system too, because we have, you know, as you did, set aside 50 pounds a week or $50 or whatever. Yeah, I keep forgetting you're Australia, you're still dollars. I got that. We're Commonwealth countries. We all have dollars except for the UK. And so it's about giving yourself, paying yourself. I think most of us have all heard pay yourself first. The problem is who actually does it.
Yeah, that's right. And this is a bit of a different system too, isn't it? And I just want to, for a second, say hi, Liz. So, hey
Liz.
So, so Liz has just said, thanks for bringing it to us. Sounds like she needs to read the book. You need to read the book.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it.
And, you know, the thing is too, like we we're just saying, it's for business. It's 100% for business, right? And you're going to talk about that. But it's also for personal. Like when you get your income, your wages, whatever it is, put away a little bit. Like, and in the book, in the beginning, he talks about 1%, like 1%. So like if you get $1,000, right? And that's your income and you live on that, if you put away 1%, I bet you there's no difference if it's 990. Like there's no difference at all. Like
exactly, none.
But that $10 is put away. And so if you can't, like, you know, some families, they want to be able to have those special treats weekend away, or a family, like a really lovely dinner or something.
Yeah, or takeaway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you can put that little bit away and all of a sudden it builds and you get there, you know, whereas if you don't do that action, it doesn't happen. Like you won't get it.
Well, and I want to caution people that are listening. I don't suggest you do that, because you know what happens? You love it so much, you want to do it more. So there's our fine print cautionary tale. It's like, yeah, go ahead and do it, but you're going to like it so much, you're going to do it some more and some more and some more. And on the business side, Mike Michalowicz in the Profit First system teaches you how to take more, because that's what I'm doing now 6 months later. So yeah.
So let's talk about your journey then with Profit First. How did you start? And where are you now? Like
Yeah.
as a business, on the business, well, actually, no, on both levels.
Well, let's start with the business side. So I'm a follow the rules kind of guy. So I read the book, I started applying the rules, and so here's some of the basic rules. So we've said already, so there's profit first, right? But it's a little bit more than that. It's about taking that profit, let's say it's 1%, because that's where I started, was at 1%, and taking it and putting it over in a different bank that you had less access to. In fact, when Mike tells you about it in the book, he actually says, tell the bank manager to make it as difficult as possible for me to get my money.
Okay.
Because you don't want to go over there and grab it because there's something, an emergency or something else, right? That's, a whole nother story. And so then what I did is the second kind of thing you do is you assign yourself the 10th and the 25th of the month to go look at your bank accounts. And let's face it, business owners, you're looking at them every day anyways. Just calculate how much income you've made in the period since the previous 10th or 25th and allocate 1% of profit and take it over, transfer it over, whatever you need to do to that other bank and watch it grow. Yeah. It's amazing.
And on a personal level, so like people could just do it when their paycheck comes in. So it doesn't have to be the 10th and the 25th. It could be
exactly
just, every month when the paycheck comes in. Yeah. And what I found I did, rather than having lots of accounts, I would just put money onto my home loan, but I have a spreadsheet with different tabs, and I would actually say, okay, $20 has gone into that tab or whatever it is, and so much is on that tab, and so much is on that tab. So it was in the home loan, so it was still then reducing the interest that you're paying on your home loan, but I wouldn't touch it, but it was there.
Well, that's good for you, Angie, but for people like me who lacks a little bit of willpower and sees it sitting there, at the end of it, you'll end up having spent it on something that you didn't have allocated. So you have something different going with your mindset, which is great. And that just speaks to exactly that. There is many profit systems, business and personal, as there are businesses and persons.
Yes,
absolutely. Because the way I do it with another group that I'm working with, we're all doing it together. Mine's different than somebody else's, right? I know one person, and we were talking about how do we address this? What if you don't have a company yet? Well, you assign what you think is going to be the percentage, and you get ready to do it when you start making money, right? And so that's one of the other ways. So just back to the bank accounts, again, I'm the guy that follows the rules. Angie's the one that has willpower. So as long as we're clear, it's like, so you open a bank account, and it sounds like a lot of work, but if you work with a profit first professional, they understand all this. In another bank, you open a profit account, you'd open a tax account, so money to pay your taxes at the end of the year, so you have no surprises, and an owner's draw account. So to your $50 thing that you were saying, that's that type of story. This is your business saying, here, this is the money you get to have. And usually that's your salary or compensation or whatever you work out with your accountant or your bookkeeper. And remember, I'm always working with a bookkeeper and accountant because that's not my forte, right? Like you took a degree, I didn't. I trust the professionals on that. And yeah, and so, and then on your business side, you have your income account and you have your OPEX, your operating expense account. So on the 10th and the 25th, I do my math. It's a spreadsheet, and I boom, transfer over my profit, boom, transfer over my tax, boom, transfer over my owner's draw, boom, the rest of it stays in the OPEX account. And then I accumulate and I wait for the next one. But you know what, there's a lot of fun in that, but I think the reason I love doing it so much is I start to see the money accumulate. And now I'm starting to increase the profit. And here's the other key outcome for me. I don't spend as much money in the business. I don't haphazard spend money. It has to be a really good business case for me to spend money on something outside of the plan.
Yes.
And
yes.
I'm looking for, I want more profit. I want to see that income come in. So I'm not as focused on the debt or the expense. I'm focused on making more money. Again, another mind shift.
What you put your attention on grows stronger in your life.
Oh, that's better said than the one I have. Mine's just basically what you focus on expands, but say yours again.
What you put your attention on grows stronger in your life.
And that can go for more than just money.
And that's from Janet Atwood from the Passion Test. That's one of her statements.
Oh, wow. And I love that. I love that because that mind expands along with the conversation, right? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Don't forget to put that in your transcript.
Okay.
In your post. So, and I think one of the other things I've noticed too about this is it's like a game. And, I don't know, I like playing games. I like playing business games, setting a goal and then having business games to support the goal. And so that makes it, oh, hold on, fun. And so I know I've said this, but I can't say it enough. I can't wait for the 10th and 25th to go do this work. And not just to pay my profit. I can't wait to pay the bills. So this goes to another thing, and that's about money is energy. And the universe abhors a vacuum. So when you spend the money on things you owe money for, whatever you've committed to, the universe goes, oh my gosh, it's empty. Yes. Oh, got to fill it up again.
Yeah. Here's some more.
And in it goes. I'll tell you, if I can combine what you focus on expands your version, profit first, and energy mentality, my year starts July 1st. Yeah, I've set a goal. I've set a certain goal for my revenue per month. I'll tell you, July, August, July, just over half. August, a little bit more. September, on the second day of September, I already had half.
Woo!
I know, right? And we're talking 6 figures per month, right? And so I'm just like, okay, where can I get more? And then it just drives the whole, and then we talked about this earlier too. It drives the reverse. And I hate to say negative things, but scarcity. So that's it. It drives abundance. Of course, the opposite is scarcity. I can't, it's just like today, I got another check. Yesterday, I got a check in the mail. We still do some checks up here. So that's crazy.
Yeah. So just to interrupt for a minute, those that are watching, there's a few people watching. So what are your thoughts so far? Like, do you think this is something that you'd like to do? Are you interested to find out more, like to get the book? Like, what are your thoughts on the profit first system? Because it is very different in that, you are taking it out, and it can be a bit, I think it could feel a bit scary for people too. It's like, here's my money, and all of a sudden I've got to put that out there and I won't have it. But
to your point,
I mean, it's a
different time. But to your point, if you make you don't have to put a ton away. If you make $1,000 a month and you put $10 in another bank account, right, or in an envelope, like whatever, just get it out of that account and put it away, and just mentally say, that's my profit. And what also helps too is if you have a reason for that profit, right?
Yes.
Right.
Motivation.
And I've paid down, I had 3 credit cards and most of them were in the 6 figures. I've paid off 2 and I'm almost done paying off the 3rd one, because I've committed to using my profit to partially pay off. Most of it goes to the debt, but 10% of that profit every quarter that I take is for me. And when you read the book, you have to take it and spend it on yourself. I don't have them here, but I have some really nice sunglasses from one of my profit takes.
Yay!
Well, and that's the joy too. It's not just about putting away. It's also about every quarter you get to take it, right? It's
rewarding yourself, isn't it? Like, as well, like it's, and that increases that mind shift. Like, they say, when you're doing things like in a business and you have a goal and you achieve it, that you should celebrate. So you should go out for dinner or go to the movies or whatever it is.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing. Hey, it's that mindset thing going, hey, woohoo, you've just whatever. So yeah,
celebration. Anyway, do we hear any feedback from anyone of what they want to hear more of?
No. So that's all right. There's a few people watching, but that's all right.
Welcome aboard. Nice that you're here.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. So so it's an interesting system, I think, isn't it? Like, and I was just going to say, that's right, that you've only been doing this now for a year. Like,
I started September 25th of last year, and I had like minuscule amounts. I was kind of, testing it, not, had like the 3 credit cards of debt. I still had some obligations, but I'll tell you, I'm not renewing some things. We look at every plugin in our website to say, okay, are we using this one? It's coming up for renewal. Can we cancel it? That's usually my line to my team. Can we get rid of this one? They'd be smart to just give me a list of the ones we have to keep.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know what's interesting with what you just said? I'm actually in a membership course. Lisa just said it's simplistic and time is always in your favor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like I'm in another course, and one of the things we had to do was actually to write a list of how many subscriptions you're in, like membership subscriptions.
Oh, yeah.
And you start doing that, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm going, oh, I'm not in any, like I'm not, and then it starts, like I've got, you've got Netflix, and you've got this, and you've got that, and you've got this, and then you've got and before you know it, the list, like it's a good exercise to do. And all of a sudden you're like, well, actually, I don't even use that, and I don't even need that anymore.
Exactly. And Profit First talks about that too. It talks about exactly that kind of thing. It's looking at those things that you're spending money on that you're not using, gym memberships and book clubs, and things that are just chipping away on your credit card or your account that you're not really using. Yeah. I have one more little money thing.
Oh, cool.
So on the personal side, we have this little game here. So the game is, we have 100 envelopes, and they're numbered between 1 and 100. Oops, that's 91. Let me see, pick another one, 10. Every Friday, my husband and I pick an envelope.
Yeah.
And we have to fill the envelope with that amount of money, and it goes aside for a vacation. By the time you're done a year, you'll have $5,040, because 100 envelopes, 50 weeks, $5,040. And then you start all over again.
Oh, how good is that?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So we started that. And then so recently we went to Vancouver and we had fun. We went out for dinners. We traveled to Whistler. And when we came home, we added up each other's bills, took it from the vacation fund. So we're almost done. We've got maybe another, 20 weeks to go. So by Christmas, this will be done. And then we're going to start over again.
How awesome is that?
Yeah. So fun things. Profit First for me is fun. It's a game. It's fun. It's a system. It's maybe counterintuitive, but you'll realize it's really logical, and you'll be laughing all the way to the bank every quarter to go get your profit when your friends at the end of the year in business are going to go, where's my profit? It's, well, you spent it, says the accountant, right?
Yeah. Alyssa's just saying that she stopped the yellow pages, so she's going to start getting rid of things. Yeah. And she's like 4 thumbs up for thanks for the vacation tip.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, I reckon. Hey, Liz, we'll have to do this. So, yeah.
And, and start small, have fun. If you're only making $100 a month in your business right now, take $1. Just do something to get started. And it's a lot of fun. It's not that hard to do once you get it going. And I'm a systems guy, so I've got a spreadsheet. It's not complex, just kind of says, and you start out with a target allocation percentage. So we talked about 1%, but my target for profit is closer to 30%. So my target is 30, but my current is 5, right? And then I started to see that I got more money than I need for expenses. Shh, don't tell anybody. And so I started to up my profit by 2.5% every month now, because I'm not feeling the pain anymore.
Yeah.
And sorry, I shouldn't have put that out there. I never did feel pain. It was the newness of it. And hey, I didn't get it right at the beginning. I didn't pay to all 5 accounts from the beginning. I started at least with the profit account, and I've been loyal to that one. And the tax account, turns out I just met with my so here's a caveat, and that's in there too. Neither Angie and I are Profit First professionals. Should you decide to do this and get help, my bookkeeper accountant firm are Profit First professionals. I pay them the equivalent of what I paid my bookkeeper and accountant before, and I have a profit first system. So I'm not paying any more than I did with my other guy. And that you can go online, profitfirstprofessionals.com, to find out an accountant, a bookkeeper, and they even have coaches. And I was thinking I might do that next year, be a profit first professional coach. You got somebody else.
Especially since it's changed you, it's changed your life. So you've got the experience to explain to people what it did for you and how it transformed you. Yeah.
Well, and not just to tell them, but to feel it. Like, we talked about energy. I feel abundant. I feel like my company's got my back because I've got the money in the account. Oh, just to finish the story. So I met with the tax accountant and the bookkeeper today, and I was reminded that because I'm not paying taxes, because I've managed to have the expenses, it was a wonky year last year, duh. So I've kept, I kept my expenses, my profit low. I have no tax to pay, and I have lost carry forwards. I can use my tax money in my tax account to invest in my business, or I can take it as profit. There's so many ways to handle it.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Garry. This has been really exciting. So let's just go over what are the 5 different accounts that people need for if they're in business.
So if you have a business, you have a profit account, tax account, owner's draw, obviously the income account, that's where all your money comes in, and your OPEX, where all your money goes out.
Yeah, your operating expenses, that's it.
Yeah.
That's great. And then on the other side, on a personal level, you can have whatever you want.
You can have envelopes.
I love that idea. You can have envelopes, but you could do it for all sorts of different things.
Yeah. Stand by, because we're coming to Australia as soon as you guys will stop locking yourselves down every 5 minutes.
Exactly. Well, I'm praying that we come out on tomorrow, actually. Me.
Oh, okay.
Where I am, but yes.
Yeah, so we're saving our money from this set of envelopes for a trip to Australia.
I love it. I'm going to do that. So yeah, Lissa's saying thank you. And
my pleasure, our pleasure. Thanks for having me, Angie.
Oh, my pleasure. And if people want to contact you or find out a bit more,
Garry, Garry at choice-online.com. Send me an email.
Choice Online. What?
Choice-online.com.
I'll pop it in there.
Put it in there. And I've been doing this. I'm more than happy to spend half an hour with somebody, just kind of talking it through, helping you set something up. You got some questions about a spreadsheet, whatever it is. You want mindset, you want matter. I don't mind. I love doing it because I learn too what are the experiences of other people, and I learn other things about what I can use in my own business.
Absolutely. So thanks, Tracy. No, that's great. So, all right, well, I'll pop your contact details, your email address in the comments so people can contact you. And
thank you. My pleasure.
Awesome. So thank you so much. It's been so much fun.
You're welcome.
And
I know, always.
Yeah. The system, whether it be personal or business, it can really make a difference. And the biggest difference of all, what I think is the mindset. It's the mindset shift. And by doing that, that will create a whole different experience.
Yeah. You'll love your business even more.
Absolutely. So thank you, everybody. It's been wonderful.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for everyone listening. And we look forward to catching up with you again sometime in the future. Bye.